And then ngithema ngipopola ngabona abantu besilisa ababili.
When I peeped, I saw 2 male persons.
Where did you see them?
Ubabona kuphi?
Khona la ephasejini.
Right here at the passage, witness point in photo number 64.
Yes, we proceed.
Kwase kuthi lo oyedwa umfishane wama-dreads wamaphambili uyena ovele ungena ekuqala.
The short one with the dreadlocks stood in front. Sorry, he was the first one to come in.
How was visibility at this stage?
Kwakukanjani-ke indlela kwakubonakala ngayo noma ke asithi indlela ukhanya kwakukanjani?
Kwakubonakala nje kahle ngoba endlini sasilayithile vele.
It was very clear because the lights were on in the house.
Yes, we may proceed.
And then kwase kuthi lo wesibili wama-partner phakathi khona umnyango ongenela ephasejini wama lapho ngasestofini.
The second one stood in the middle. There is a door that leads.
Ulidele ephasejini.
Oh, so there's a door that leads to the passage, and he stood there next to the stove.
Yes, we may proceed.
And then kusenjalo ke lo ophambili wama-dreads wasethi wasikhomba ngesibhamu esethi khiphani imali ngamafoni.
And then the one that was in front then pointed us with a firearm and then told us or ordered us to take out money and phones.
Which language was he using?
Wayesebenzisa luphi ulimi?
Wakhuluma isiZulu.
He spoke in isiZulu.
Yes, we may proceed.
Singaqhubeka.
And then kwathi makusenjalo uKelly wabaleka ongena ekamereni.
Was at that Kelly ran into the bedroom.
Ikamera ongilana.
My bedroom.
Are you able to more or less show where the bedroom is? On photo 64 of Exhibit D.
List.
Alibonakali
It's
kahle kodwa lilakwa right.
It's not that visible, but it's on the right. The witness pointing on photo 64 to the right.
If we can again show you the sketch that's on Exhibit D. Can you just indicate more or less where that room is?
Isebenzisa lesi sketch ke ikuphi le camera okhuluma ngalo?
Nanti iqondane nekhishi, iqondane nomnyango wasekhishini.
Yeah, it's facing the kitchen door.
Yes, may I proceed?
Kwase kuthi uKelly mayisengena ekamereni and then lo mlisa wesibili owayeme ngasekhishini wamlandela uKelly evala umnyango yena efuna ukuwuvula.
And then when Kelly ran into the bedroom, the second gentleman that was standing next to the kitchen then followed him. Kelly was closing the door and he was trying to open it.
Can you just show there on the sketch where the second person was
Asikhombise lana kwisketch ukuthi wayekuphi-ke lo wesibili
before he followed?
ngaphambilini
Kelly.
kokuthi amlandele uKelly.
wayeme nje lapha phakathi komnyango wasekhishini.
He was just standing here in the middle of the door of the kitchen door. Witness pointing on the sketch of the door.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ke kwasuka umulongo wayehlezi eceleni kwami wayesephusha lo kwesikhombeni ngesibamba ama-dreads.
And then Longwe stood up as he was seated next to me and pushed the one with the dreadlocks.
And where was this person with the dreadlocks at that stage when Longwe pushed him?
Ngalesikhathi aphushwa uLongwe, lo wama-dreadlocks wayekuphi nendawo?
Wahlehla emuva wahlehlela kancane nje wayela.
He moved backwards and just a little bit, and he was here, just pointing in the passage or the hallway.
And where in relation to the room where in Kelly went into?
So, can you repeat that?
And where was this, where did this person with the dreadlock
Okay.
retreat to in relation to the room where in Kelly went?
Kuleli kamera leli uKelly wangena kulona yena-ke umehlehlela umuva wahlehlela umuva waya kuphi nendawo lo nama-dreadlocks.
Wahlehla nje wawudlula kancane umnyango waba phakathi naphakathi ney'ndonga before uzofika e-bathroom.
Just a little bit and past the door, just in between the walls, just before you get into the bathroom.
Yes, you may proceed.
Mayiqeda ukumphusha kulongwe ulongwe wabaleka waphuma ngomnyango wasekhishini.
After Longo pushed him, he then ran and went out of the kitchen door.
Yes.
And then makusenjalo ngathatha ifoni yami ngayifihla emva kwekhishini la kade ngihleli khona.
Whilst at that, I then took my phone and hid it behind the cushion where I was seated.
If we can show you photo 64 again.
No, ngayifihla nje khona la.
I hid it here, witness pointing us behind the cushion on the couch.
Yes, you may proceed.
Singaqhubeka.
And then kuthe makusenjalo sasukuma sonke and then safike sadlula nalo obelisa umnyango kaKelly sekamereni and then samthatha naye wama-dreads sabaphushela bonke ukuya ngasemnyango wasekhishini.
Uthi namdlula lo ebephusha umnyango.
Sithathile naye sahamba
Okay.
naye samdudulela
Okay.
emnyango wasekhishini.
And we then, all of us then stood up. We then pushed them, that is now both the gentlemen, together with the one that was struggling with Kelly for the door, and pushed both of them to the kitchen.
Are you able to perhaps state in which order you stood up and confronted the two persons.
Ingabe ungasho yini ukuthi nasukuma ngayiphi indlela seniyake kulaba bantu laba senibadudula ukuthi iorder noma indlela enasukuma ngayo?
Angisakhumbuli kahle ukuthi ubani wasukuma kuqala kodwa ngabona nje sonke sesime ngeenyawo sihamba nabo sonke sibasa emnyango wasekhishini.
I can't remember as to who was the first one to stand up, but what I remember is that all of us we were all on our feet and we were just pushing them, going with them to the kitchen.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then isithe masekhishini kanjalo sibhizi sibalwisa, and then ngabona i-crush kaDumela isebenzisa ime ila phansi, ihleli la phansi eduzane kwe-heater.
Whilst we were there in the kitchen fighting with them, I then saw Tumelo's one crush that he was using. It was there on the floor there next to the heater. Just pointed to photo 64 next to the heater.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then mangiqeda ukulithatha i-crush ngathi ngiyazama ukumshaya lo wesibili omude, ngithi ngiyazama ukumshaya bengafikeli, and then uTumelo walithatha kumina i-crush kwawuyena oshayayo.
I took the crutch where I tried to hit the tall one with it, but I couldn't reach, and then Tumelo took the crutch from me and was the one who hit the gentleman with the crutch.
You know, if you say the tall one, who is that?
Uma ukhuluma ngomude, umuphi lo?
Ilo wesibili.
The second one.
And where was he at the stage when Tumelo hit him with a crutch?
Ngalesikhathi ke uTumelo semshaya.
Where in the kitchen?
Wayekuphi nendawo ekitchen ngalesikhathi uTumelo semshaya ngecrutch.
Wayeseduzane nosinki. Usemnyango. Umhlani wakhe usemnyango uvala umnyango.
Okay. Next to the sink, he was with his back to the door.
Photo 15 of Exhibit D is shown to you. Are you able to indicate more or less?
Wayimina.
Where
Ngoba
is
uyena
this?
uvala umnyango.
He was standing here. He's the one who was closing the door. Witness pointing to.
Photo 15.
Yes.
1-5.
1-5.
Yeah.
Yes, you may proceed.
So makusaliwa kanjalo ekitchen ngabona noKelly esefikile naye esezosijoyina kusho ukuthi wayesephumile ekamereni.
Whilst that fight was on in the kitchen, I also saw Kelly also there. I also saw Kelly there, which means she was now out of the bedroom and she joined us in the kitchen.
You indicated where the second suspect was the tall one. Where was the other one, the one with the dreadlocks?
Lo amadress yona wayekuphi? Angithi usushilo ukuthi wayekuphi lo mude wayekuphi?
Lo ama-dreadlocks wayengapha eceleni kwa-left ngomnyango.
The one with the emveni?
Emveni komnyango uma uvula.
Okay. The one with the dreadlocks was here, was on this side, this pointing to the left of the picture, just behind the door when you open it.
Yes, you may proceed. And the rest of the people, are you able to indicate where Dumelo was, where Mtogo was,
Ungasho ukuthi
and
uTumelo
where your
wayekuphi?
mother was?
uTumelo wayekuphi, uMthokozisi wayekuphi?
Yes.
Umuntu engimkhumbula kahle ukuthi wayesesayidini lami lakwa right kwakuwuTumelo njengoba sasimile lapha phambi kwesitofu.
The person that I remember well that was on my side, that is now the right hand side, was Tumelo as we were standing there in front of the stove.
The stove, can you just show it on photo
Is the
15?
stove?
Stofu.
Here is the stove. On photo number 15.
Is that where you and Dumelo were?
Ila wena noTumelo nikhona.
Mina noTumelo sasi nje eduzane kwesitofu.
That's correct. Myself and Tumelo were close to the stove.
Yes.
And then makusenjalo
The others?
Abanye?
laba abanye ngikhumbule kahle ukuthi ubani wayime ngakuphi kodwa nje sasilokhu silwa ngapha nangapha.
I can't remember well and say who was exactly where, but we were just fighting this side and this side.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ithe makusenjalo ke ngase ngizwa kuqhuma isibhamu.
Was at that I then heard a firearm went off.
And then yafike
So just a minute, where did it go off?
Saqhuma kuphi?
kulo wamadrets wayephethe isibhamu lo wayesuka la.
The one with the dreadlocks, the one where the firearm was coming from here, pointing at the door. There's a number 2 and photo 15.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then kuthe makusenjalo mangisizwa isibhamu siqhuma ngezwa into eshaya phansi kwaphuma isibak sangishaya enyaweni lami laka right.
When the firearm went off, I then heard something hitting the floor, and then the spark went off, and then it hit me on my foot.
Just a minute. If you say you felt something hitting the floor, could you see where it hit the floor?
Ungaba wabona yini ukuthi lento othi wayizwa ishaya phansi ukuthi yashaya kuphi nendawo phansi?
Cha angibonanga ngaleso sikhathi.
No, I didn't see it at that time.
Okay. Yes, you may proceed.
And then kuthe makusenjalo kwaukuthi kusho ukuthi mina noTumelo sizinto eyodwa sabaleka umkanye wangena ekamereni mina ngangena ebathroom.
When I heard that hitting the floor, it so happened that Tumelo also heard it, so that we heard the same thing. One in the bathroom.
Mina
Okay.
ngangena ebathroom.
Yeah, no,
Mina wangena ekamereni.
I ran into the bathroom and he ran into the bedroom.
We just want to show you this sketch that appears in Exhibit D. If you can just show the bathroom wherein you ran.
I bathroom there owabalekela kuyona.
Mina ngangena kuyona le bathroom ngona yodwa vele.
I ran into this bathroom, the witness pointing on the sketch plan. It's the only one in the house.
And the bedroom wherein Tumelo ran.
Tumelo abalekela kuyona.
Hey angisakhumbule kahle ukuthi wangena kuliphi kodwa phakathi kwawo lwamabili.
It's between these two, but I can't remember well which one is it.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ngathi ngisahleli ke ebathroom ngangime ngenyawo futhi. And then ngakhumbula ukuthi konje kunefastela elise bathroom ngacabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe mayingaphuma la bese engibona ukuthi ngikhona bese mhlawumbe uzophinda dubule so
Okay.
ngashona phansi.
Whilst in the bathroom, I was standing or I was on my feet. and then I remembered that there's a window there. If it can happen that the person would come out, might be able to see me and shoot again. So I went down.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then mangise bathroom kanjalo ngaphinde futhi ngezwe isibhamu isikhala.
Whilst still at the bathroom or in the bathroom, I heard the firearm going off again.
And where was it going off?
Sikhuma kuphi ke?
From where?
Ngangisizwa siqhuma ekitchen.
I heard it going off in the kitchen.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then uthe makusuka lapho ngezwa futhi sesikhala okwesithathu kodwa kulokhu asenzanga umsindo kufana nalokho okunye kokuqala.
From there, I heard the firearm going off for the third time, but now at that time it didn't. The sound was not as the first one.
And where was the sound coming from of the firearm?
Sasesibuya kuphi ke leso?
Sasesikhala khona ekitchen.
Still in the kitchen.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then emva kwalapho ngezwe ngazuthi kuthulekile ngase ngiyapopola ngoba ngandisikwatile toilet. And then ngapopola ngifuna ukubona ukuthi kwenzakalani.
After that, I could hear that it was now quiet, and I then peeped through because I was squatting in the toilet. So I peeped through just to see as to what was happening.
We just want to show you photo 21 of Exhibit D. As well as photo 22. Yes, maybe this one. Yes, the previous one. This previous photo. Yes, this one. It's photo 21 of Exhibit D. If you can just use the photo to demonstrate your evidence.
Ungasebenzisa lesi sithombe ke khombisa lokho okushoyo.
Usela sona siphezulu.
Can you just take it up?
So ngangisikwathe la phakathi kwe bathtub ne basin.
I was squatting here between the bathtub and the basin, referring to the photo number.
Photo 22 of Exhibit D. You can use that photo to illustrate your evidence.
Ngangisikwathe la phakathi kwe bathtub ebhekane ne basin.
This is where I squatted in the bathtub facing the basin.
Umnyango mawuvuleka lapho nje.
Okay, just when the door opens, I was just right there where the door opens.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ngithe mangivula ngithi ngiyapopola,
But just maybe before we proceed, photo 21. Of exhibit D. You mentioned the door. Can you just show it on the photo?
See,
nawo umnyango uvulekela ngaphakathi nawo.
here's the door, the witness pointing on photo 21, opens to the inside.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ngithe mangisapopola kanjalo ngipopola iminyango nakhona ngipopolela la ngihleli engiswate khona ngikhipha ikhanda, and then ngabona uSenzo ephophoba kanje eyoyifihla phakathi naphakathi kosofa nestand.
Just as I was peeping through, using the door where I was, I then saw Senzo just moving and the witness demonstrating which way bambe kanje,
Wayephophoba ibambe kanje.
like this, and going to hid himself between the couch and the stand.
I'm going to show you the sketch plan of exhibit D. If you can just once again, where was the deceased when you saw him for the first time?
Wayekuphi-ke la kulesi sketch nkathi ukubona
Usofa lo
This is the
engangihleli
couch?
kuwona,
where I was seated,
and then istand lesi wayiphathi naphakathi.
and this is the stand he was in between.
But when you saw him in that position where he was crouching as you demonstrated, where was he?
Ngalesikhathi ke umbona ekhokhoba ngalendlela ukuqeda ukukhombisa ngayo, wayekuphi nendawo ngalesikhathi umbona ekhokhoba.
When you saw him for the first time as you were looking, peeping through the bathroom door,
Ngathi umbona, oh, sorry,
Waphuma la ekhishini
he came out of the kitchen
wayeseya edining room wafika wayifihla la phakathi kwestand nesofa.
and went through to the dining room and hid himself between the couch and the stand.
what is the distance between the bathroom door wherein you were up to the dining room? The sitting room, sorry.
Ibanga phakathi kwe-bathroom, noma ke isibalo se-bathroom la owawukhona kanye-ke ne-sitting room, uyazi ukuthi ithini i-distance ibanga?
Angeke ngilazi ibanga ngempela ngoba angaze ngithatha ama-measurements wakhona, kodwa mawuse e-bathroom uyakwazi ukubona kahle e-dining room.
I won't be precise or be able to give the exact distance because I've never taken measurements, but when you are in the bathroom you are able to see in the dining room.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then thema kusenjalo ngabona uKelly emlandela, and then ngabona uma wami naye ebalandela.
While I said that, I saw Kelly following him, and then I saw my mother following them.
Now, where were they coming from? From which direction
Babebuya
was
ngakuphi
Kelly and your mother coming
uKelly
from?
noma?
Babeqhamuka khona ekhishini.
From the kitchen.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then emveni kwabo ngase ngibona lo qala wama-dreads ebalandela futhi.
And then after them, I then saw the first one, the one with the dreadlocks, following them.
Just following them there. Where?
If ebalandela uya kuphi?
e-dining room.
To the dining room.
Yes.
And then ithe makusenjalo uKelly wafika wama emveni kwaSenzo.
When Kelly arrived there and stood behind Senzo,
Yes.
And then uma wafike wama eceleni kwabo kodwa ngakulo sofa lokade ehlezi kuwona.
ehlezi kubona yena. And my mother stood next to them, but just next to the couch where she was seated.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then laphana earlier kwakunefoni kaKelly eyayicharger. And then ibihlezi nje charging uma wafika wayithatha wayikhipha echarging.
Earlier on, Kelly's phone, okay, I'll pin the comment. Kelly's phone was there on the stand charging, and then my brother took it out from the charger.
Yes. When did she take it out?
Uyithathe nini? Ukhiphe nini?
Uyikhiphe immediately mayiqeda nje ukufika esuke ekitchen ifika la kulantoza ku-stand ne-couch kusho ukuthi wayibona ilapho eseyayithatha esathi wayikhipha.
Just as soon as she got there, coming from the kitchen, she took it out. She saw it on the stand and took it out.
Yes.
And then mayiqeda ukuyikhipha echargeni ngabona lo wama-threads wafika wamshaya ngendololwane esiswini, and then uma wayiphunyula ifoni wawela esofeni.
Over the sofa. Just after she took the phone out, the short one with the dreadlocks hit her with an elbow in her stomach, and then the phone fell out of her hand and fell onto the couch.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then ke umlisa lo wama-dreadlocks waseyayithatha ifoni ngambona ejika engazuthi uza ngakumina, so ngaphindela e-toilet ngavala.
Then the gentleman with the dreadlocks took the phone and turned around, not knowing whether he was coming toward me or coming to me, and then I went back into the toilet and closed.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then aphela ngasikhathi esingakanani futhi ngaphinde ngapopola futhi mangipopola ngabona ukuthi kusho ukuthi akazange kumina, kusho ukuthi uphume ngomnyango.
And then in no time I peeped through again and saw that it means that he didn't, or he wasn't coming towards me, which means that he went out of the door.
Yes.
And then ngase ngidecide ukuphuma ke ngoba ngiyababona uKelly noSenzo noma balapha e-dining room. Ngaphuma ke ngase ngiyobajoyina la kade bekhona.
I then decided to go out because I could see my mother, Kelly and Senzo there at the dining room. I then went out to join them where they were.
Now, as you're peeping through the bathroom door, did you only see this person with dreadlocks?
Nkathi ke usupopola ke ngomnyango wase bathroom wabona lo unama dreadlocks kuphela.
Yebo njalo.
Yes, that's correct.
Just want to show you photo 65 of Exhibit D. Can you just use this photo to illustrate where the deceased was, as well as your mother and Miss Kay and your sister?
La umufi uKelly kanye noma wakho babekhona.
uSenzo wafika waguqala ngamadolo,
Senzo got there and knelt there on his knees.
and then emveni kwakhe uKelly kwangathi wayemjekile kanje ngamadolo akhe uKelly, and then uma wayela kulo sofa la vele ehleli khona.
And then Kelly, it was like Kelly sort of jacked him with her knees, amadolo akhe uKelly, sort of balancing him, and uma yena wayekuphi?
Uma wayeme khona khona lapha kusofa.
And my mother was standing there just in front of the couch.
The phone that was charging, where was it?
Ifoni lena charge ayikuphi?
Yayisingasekho bebeyithathile.
It wasn't there anymore, it was taken.
Yes, before it was taken, where was it?
Ngaphambilini kokuthi ithathwe ayikuphi enye indawo?
Angisakhumbuli kahle kodwa indawo iyona le i-charging station esisebenzisayo. Angisazi noma yayiphezu kwestand noma yayiphezu kosofa.
I can't remember well, but that is the charging station that we are using. So I can't remember whether it was on the stand or the couch.
Yes, thank you. You may proceed.
And then ke mengiphuma e-bathroom ngafike ngapopola ekitchen ukuthi kunobani, ngathola ukuthi umnyango uvuliwe akunamuntu.
When I came out of the bathroom and then I peeped to the kitchen and just to see as to who was there, I then found that there was no one. So that the door was open and there was no one.
Yes, you may proceed.
And then kuthe mangifika lapha ngizojoina uma noSenzo noKelly laba mekhona, mangithi ngiyabheka ngabona ukuthi uSenzo uyableed.
When I got there to join my mother, Kelly and Senzo, I then saw that Senzo was bleeding.
He's bleeding where?
Ubleed
Where on his body?
La esifubeni.
Here in his chest, the witness indicating.
Yes.
And then ngithe makusenjalo ngakhumbula ukuthi ifoni yami ngiyifihle emveni kwe-cushion.
Was that I then remembered that I hid my phone behind the cushion.
Yes.
And then ngaphuthuma ke ngawuphakamisa ucushion ngayithola vele ukuthi isakhona lapho, ngathi ngiyazama ukudayila u-10111 ingqondo yavele yafreeze.
I then rushed to there and found that my phone was still there. I tried to dial 10111, but my mind just froze.
Yeah, whilst we're still on photo 65, can you just once again show where you hit the phone underneath the cushion?
Oh, she said, okay.
Ngangifihle nje kulo cushion lo ngemuva.
This cushion where the witness is pointing on photo 65, just behind.
Yes, we may proceed.
And then ngabona ukuthi angikwazi ukudayila, and then ngaphuma ngayefuna usizo ngaphandle.
I then realized that I was unable to make a call or to dial. I then went out to go and get help from outside.
Yes.
ngagijima ngaya kumngani kama uMaphiri ohlala opposite ngaphuma ngegate
Mapiri.
uMaphiri.
I then rushed to or ran out of the gate to my mother's friend Mapiri.
If photo 1 and 2 can be shown to you. Can you just use that photo to demonstrate your evidence? Where is Miss Mapiri's house?
Ukuphi indlu kaMapiri?
Indlu kaMaphiri opposite nakwamakhelwane uKwaNcatshe.
It's opposite the neighbor's house, the Natchez. Natchez.
uNcatshe.
There where you're pointing, is it whose house is that?
Kwabani lapho ukhombe khona?
uKwaNcatshe yabo next door.
Natchez. Those are neighbors, our neighbors Natchez.
Yes, and Miss Mapiri's house more or less where is it?
Ukuphi yona kaMapiri?
more or less kula
It's more or less.
opposite nje nakwaNcatshe.
It's more or less here, pointing right at the bottom of the photo. It's opposite Natchez house.
Yes.
And then ngaphuma ke ngegate ngeza kwaMaphiri mangifika khona la estradini kwakunemoto eyayipake lapho la ngabona khona uMthapseng.
Okay. I then came out of the gate as I was approaching Mapiri's house, and then I saw a vehicle there in the street where I saw Mthabiseng.
Who's Ntabiseng?
Ubani Mthabiseng?
uMthapseng angazi ukuthi uhlobana kanjani noMaphiri kodwa owakwaMaphiri.
I don't know how she is related to Mapiri, but she is a family of Mapiri.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Yes, you may proceed.
And then ngabona ukuthi ubhizi khona umuntu ayikhuluma naye khona emotweni ngadlula nganqamulela ngaye endlini straight.
I then could see that she was busy. There was someone she was talking to, and then I went straight to the house.
Which house?
Yiphi indlu?
Indlu kaMaphiri.
Mapiri's house.
Yes.
Mangifika kaMaphiri ngathola ukuthi uMaphiri ungaphandle vele endlini.
When I got to Mapiri's house, I found Mapiri outside the house.
Yes.
And then ngafike ngamcela ngathi ngicela ukuthi afonele amaphoyisa neambulance badubule usenzo endlini singenelwa abantu. Singenelwa
Okay.
abantu.
I then requested her to call the police as well as the ambulance that Senzo had been shot in the house, that there were intruders.
Yes.
And then uMaphiri mangiqeda ukumtshela naye waqala waphenika wayesememeza uMthapseng ukuthi kube uyena ofonayo.
When I informed Mapiri, and then she started to panic and then called Ntabiseng that she be the one to make the phone call.
Yes.
And then bobabili sebeyaphenika bayakhala ngabona ukuthi usizwa ngilitholi la.
Both of-
Basengene endlini.
Both of them were panicking and crying. I didn't realize it, but that I wasn't getting any help here. I then went back into the house.